And you know what I mean? And so what are some good adaptations for you guys?
I'm a big Detective Pikachu defender because like I get really defensive about it when someone says like, "Oh my gosh, Sonic broke the video game curse," or "The Last of Us did." It's like, no, like Detective Pikachu is actually super charming, and that's also because I like am Pokemon is like one of the things that is like nearest and dearest to me. I'll play every game always. I love Pokemon. Getting a Pokemon tattoo. And like I've always like kind of wanted to see that in live action, and I was really apprehensive going into it because like I said earlier, I'm not super precious when it comes to adaptations. Like I always have an open mind when there's an idea of like more of the thing I love coming. And
Right.
but like with Pokemon, I hold it so near and dear to my heart, and I absolutely love how they adapted it. I thought the way they adapted the Pokemon was adorable, and it wasn't just the Pokemon. I thought the very like human story at the center of it was done very well, and like yes, it's a kids movie. There's gonna be like some stupid jokes and like, but like I thought that was charming, and I find it charming about the Sonic movies too. As far as like other good adaptations that I've really liked, I actually this is a hot take as well, kind of almost in the same vein as Rings of Power. I actually enjoyed the Wheel of Time at Amazon. I know, I knew it always gets that reaction.
I heard like nothing about that. I didn't even know it came out yet.
Oh my god, it came out like a year and a half ago.
Oh my god.
So here's the thing.
The glasses off.
It always gets that reaction. But like
a light.
So I read the Wheel of Time books, and to me, like, because I'm a big fantasy person, and I actually like there are certain things about those books that I don't think are good. Like I still read them and enjoy them, but it's like the character of like Matt Cawthorn, for example, he is such, I don't know if we can swear on here, but he's a little jerk. He's a little shit in the books. And the show like kind of like justified that and gave him more of a backstory. And it was a bit of a change. But it made the end result the same while also making him likable. And it made a lot of like kind of like what you were saying earlier, Kenneth, about like changing characters from the book to make them not such little jerks. Like I felt like it made so many of the characters likable. And like Game of Thrones until the end when it wasn't adapting anything was a great adaptation.
Yeah.
And then it went off the rails because it wasn't adapting anything.
That's true.
And I'm just gonna piggyback off of that because I mean Kenny and I have discussed this before. Kenny you didn't watch House of Dragon yet. And again, first of all, I still think they really messed up with the title. It didn't need to be House of the Dragon. It should have just been House of Dragons, or the Targaryen dynasty of.
There's a lot of dragons
people.
in it, yeah.
Lots of dragons, like just the dragon. I mean, anyway, but and I say this, and I may get stabbed for this. Again, D&D were really good when they had, direct source material. I think that D&D would have done really well with House of the Dragon. I
think they would have. I agree with that.
Amazing. All of the source material is there. There's nothing that isn't. I think they would have done really, really well. Because there were so many things. I watched that show and I was disappointed. But wait, I mean, I was really, really, really enamored by some of the actors that they chose. I was like, oh my goodness, I literally am in love with Emma Darcy. I clearly know that they are taken, but still doesn't mean that I'm not in love with Emma Darcy. I just am. It's just honest. But no, they had amazing actors, and then but I agree with you. The time skips make absolutely no sense. You don't get enough time to love the characters, and they didn't hire any black people for the wigs for the black people. I mean, I don't even know if that's factual, but I just know that the wigs were trash. So
they were.
Like, how do you have
they were
this many black Targaryens or whatever, black Valyrians, and you didn't get no people to do the wigs right? So anyway, but yeah, those two guys. I mean, they are shunned from the industry, but I think they could have given us a better show.
I mean, I feel like HBO would have took them if they wanted to come back because they've got a big old fat Netflix deal now. Yeah. But I think they're just like, and by the way, I think they could have done Game of Thrones a little bit better at the end if they had actually spent time on it. But it's very clear that they were rushing out of there to get to their Star Wars trilogy. That didn't happen because they rushed the end of Game of Thrones. But that's a whole other topic.